Okay, this is more like it. Hi, everybody. How are you?
How are you?
Congratulations on your Mayor's Arts Awards. Do you mind if I join you?
Please.
Thanks. Just have a few questions to ask today. Steve, you've been an actor for 60 plus years. What are some of your favorite roles?
Interestingly enough, maybe one of my favorites was doing Shylock in the 7th grade, which was, I count that when I look at my bio as the first gig I did, and that was in 1947. Trying to pick out one particular play is a little bit like trying to pick out your children and who's the best there. And so I'm not sure I could say. Probably the Scottish play under Bob Hall.
I have with me a letter that Chancellor Varner wrote in 1970 after he saw you as Bottom in A Midsummer Night's Dream. Does he aspire to a professional theater career? I was very much impressed with what I took to be a very considerable talent. That's pretty high praise. Now, you've had an opportunity to work around the nation. What's kept Lincoln your home base?
I did have an opportunity later in life to go away for 6 months and do a show in New York, Buffalo, New York. It's not exactly on Broadway. I enjoyed doing it because I was doing it with Judy Hard, who I'd worked with many times here. But the best thing I learned was that this was something I probably wouldn't want to do the rest of my life. It was fun, it was exciting, it was boring, it was all those things, but it told me that probably I made the right choice. Now, why I made that choice down the road somewhere, I'm not exactly sure.
Now, you've had the opportunity to work with some pretty famous people.
Probably the most famous that I enjoyed working with was Henry Fonda. Now, I wasn't on stage with him. This is another one of those things when you say worked with. I was at the time a set designer for ETV, and we were doing a program called Anyone for Tennyson, and he came out to do part of that and got to work with him at some length.
Now, you've described yourself as mostly retired, so I want to talk a little bit about your legacy. You were there at the beginning of the Nebraska Rep, Flatwater, Haymarket Theater. How do you see your legacy here in Lincoln?
I'm not doing it for the applause. There's something inside that clicks. I've never been a drug addict, but I think I understand what that's about. The feeling that you get, the feeling that comes over you at the time, it's almost a selfish sort of a thing. I hate to be self-centered, if you know what I'm saying. I used to have a hard time with awards things, especially like the Oscar. I said, if I were running in a race, I know who wins if I cross that tape first. If I'm in a play with 12 other people and a crew and a director, who's to say? How do you measure that?